Barbados, get up.
Good morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Morning to you.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today. Today is Thursday, the 27th of November, 2025. I'm Pearson Bowen. Welcome. Good having you company. And of course, if you're joining us on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, or our website, cbc.bb, to each and every one of you, we say thank you. We wish you well today. We encourage you to not just share the show among yourselves, but talk as well and talk to us. We love your comments. So continue to interact with us as well. And I always remind you every morning, if you know of something or someone and their story has to be told, you need to tell us about it. And you can do so by sending us an email. That email address is right there. It's morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. So much to get to. I'm chipping down the road. It's Thursday. Today is Q Day, and so we're heading to the Garfield Sobers Gymnasium today. On the outside for Q in the community, it is going to be massive, hosted by the Parish Independence Committee, Parish Organizing Committee of Regathering. They're looking forward to welcoming all of you there for the dancing, the socializing, the drinking, the dancing, the music, the dancing, the dominoes and everything else. So it's going to be a fun day today. But today is also Election Day in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And boy, oh boy, have they just concluded all of this. And it's been dramatic, full of energy and tension because it's so razor thin sharp. On the 28th of October, the Prime Minister announced that general elections would happen on the 27th of November, 1 month later. On the 10th of November, there was nomination day. And then it started. Campaigning started in earnest. There are two major political parties, the New Democratic Party and the United Labour Party, led by the incumbent Prime Minister, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. The opposition party, the NDP, led by Dr. Godwin Friday. Two candidates are putting themselves up as independents. The polling starts at 7 this morning, and ends at 5 this afternoon, with just about 104,000 people eligible to vote. But just last night alone, after all that has been happening and the robust discussion on platforms, just last night alone, the news broke that the Prime Minister was in one of the constituencies in the late of night, and the people there chased him out and said, "Not in here, get out, loud shouts of get out, get out." And so we're watching that scene to see how that ended and to see how the polls will happen today. Of course, keep tuned to all of us. We will tell you more about what happened in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but it has been robust. The campaign platforms have been rich with discussion. Much is at stake. The branding around all of those campaign messages as well has been fantastic. Clearly, a lot of money has been spent in this general election in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So there is a lot of at stake. And so there's a lot of reason why we need to pay close attention to how that turns out. Also, today, our gymnasts are heading off to Trinidad and Tobago. There are some little beautiful ones there who will be vaulting and everything else and their floor routines, and so we can't wait to talk to them in just a little while because next month they are as a matter of fact, in a matter of days, they're going to be representing us in Trinidad. Also today, St. Aidan's and St. Joseph Anglican churches are needing your help. There's a reason for it. We'll tell you the reason this morning when they join us. Economic empowerment is one of those routes out of domestic abuse. And so as we continue this 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, we want to look at how economic empowerment can protect women in situations where they find themselves in abusive relationships. This evening, the Matthew Farley Memorial Foundation, they're having a lecture. We will talk to you about where it is, what's the topic of discussion, and why it's important that you also engage with this lecture this evening. We're also today taking a look at fostering and adoption. The Child Care Board continues to ask us to care for the young people in our community by providing safe shelter and security and love and compassion. And so rather than going to residential care, they could also be in your home. You can have it. And so we'll talk to you about that process and how you can be a part of that drive by the Child Care Board. And also today, We're taking a look at treasures and reflections of the soil of St. Andrew. A woman of that soil joins us. She's a part of the publication of a set of books, and so we can't wait to talk to her about that. But we're just 3 days away from Independence Day. I hope you're getting ready to mark Barbados' 59th anniversary of independence, 4th anniversary as a republic. And so let's be proud and love this island. Let's join hands and show how much we truly love Barbados. But I want to join hands with these little ones, these little gymnasts who are heading off to Trinidad and Tobago shortly. And so we're happy to introduce you today to not just the gymnasts, but the people behind it. Who's the president of the association, the Barbados Amateur Gymnastics Association. Sheldon Pinner is with me again. Sheldon, good morning to you.
Good morning, Pearson, and good morning, Barbados.
Good to see you.
Likewise.
The coach of the team Barbados for the Flip Gym, is Taylor Clark. Taylor, good morning.
Good morning.
You still flipping?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. I love this little girl in the corner there in the red, Khaleesi Marshall. She tells me very proudly she's 9 years old. And so she's one of the little ones who are heading off to Trinidad and Tobago very soon, right, Khaleesi? Remember, we can't whisper. This old man, he can't hear. So you're going to talk to me, all right? So Khaleesi, good to have you as well. Good morning. All right. Next to her is this little darling. She's 10 years old. She's the tiniest. Tiana Thompson is her name. Tiana, good morning.
Good morning.
How do you do today?
Good.
Wonderful to have you indeed. And Robin Mosley is another gymnast. It must mean so much to you to mean that your name is associated with the word gymnast, doesn't it, Robin?
Yeah.
No, yes, indeed is the answer. So here we are, Sheldon.
Yes.
I ran into you at the supermarket. We had our exchanges.
Yes.
And now the team is ready to go off.
Yes.
So talk to me about what you're going off to do and when you're going off to do it.
Okay, well, thank you, and it's always a pleasure to be here, Pearson, to chat with you about a sport that is very, very, very dear to my heart.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the second time that Team Barbados, or the Barbados Amateur Gymnastics Association, will be taking a contingent off to represent our country at Carifta. Carifta started last year, where a group of presidents from around the Caribbean, we came together so we can have a platform for our athletes, you know, to showcase their talents and their skills, and just a way of developing the sport here within the Caribbean. So we had some, you know, like training sessions, and then we had, you know, like a coach, what do you call it? A judge. A judge came in, and, you know, we would have had, you know, some sessions where we, you know, would have seen the athletes, and then we would have done a selection process based on that. So we're taking a contingent of 20 athletes off to Trinidad to represent Barbados. So there in Trinidad, we have 7 countries representing, and if I started in alphabetical order, so it's going to be the Bahamas will be there, Barbados is going to represent as well, us, Bermuda, we have Cayman, Curacao, Jamaica, and the host, Trinidad and Tobago. So we will be there, and our young athletes, they will be representing us as well. The competition takes place between the 5th and the 7th of December, and we're the team, they leave on the 4th of December.
So just now they're off to do this.
Yes, within a few days, yes.
How did we do last year?
Oh, last year we did wonderful. It was a small contingent. We took 15 athletes last year, and our level 6s, they won gold all around. So these level 6s now, they've moved up a level, so they're representing us at level 7 this year, and we do anticipate that they will have another good showing. And our level 2s, they came 3rd all around, so they got the bronze medal, and the level 2s, they've moved up to level 4, and these are the ones that Coach Taylor, she would have been assisting with coaching them. So we do anticipate another good showing from them. We have some young ones that are coming up, so we have some new level 2s, and then we have our level 3s, and, you know, we have a few level 6s. So we do anticipate, again, it's a small contingent. It is 20 of us against, you know, like the bigger countries, Jamaica and Trinidad, because, you know, they're larger, and, you know, they have more clubs, you know, to do the selection from. But we do anticipate that, you know, with all of the training that we have put in, you know, all the different areas with the mental strength and the physio, we anticipate another good showing from our team this year.
I'm excited for them as well. And Erin, no doubt, is going to be working with them later on, right?
Well, the thing is that Erin wanted to be a part of the team. However, she, as you know, she's a collegiate gymnast, and she has her inter-squad, which is during the same time. But the thing is that Erin had a session with the girls because they were doing mental strength, and she had a pep talk with the girls. I think it was on Sunday. So yeah, she would have given them some advice as to how they can mentally prepare and physically, and just be there to
Great.
represent.
So
Yes.
they're well ready, folks. Barbados,
Yes.
they are well ready to compete and represent us in the Career to Gymnastics competition from the 5th to the 7th of December.
Yes.
Now, Taylor, your job as coach is to bring out all that makes them a winner. So let's talk a little bit about that process of pulling from these young ladies and polishing them to the point where you're confident they'll do well.
Well, they put in all the work. They attend a minimum of 9 hours a week, most of them.
9.
Starting from 6 years old, we have our youngest. The 6-year-olds aren't attending CRIFTA, but in the future, that will be their goal. They have been training as normal. We've been competing as a club for many, many years, over 20 years. So we have a very good routine as to how we prepare for competitions. So they know what that is. They've been practicing exactly what will happen on the day over and over, especially for the last 2 weeks. It's been competition warm-up and competition setup for all of the events. So they're definitely ready. Are you guys ready?
But you're coaching to criteria. The judges look for certain things. What's the criteria for some of the disciplines these young ladies are competing in?
Well, these three are in 2 different levels, so they have specific routines to their level. Throughout gymnastics, it's important to tight legs, tight arms, execution, and strength. So they'll all be participating in that, but individually they have different routines. Khaleesi has a different routine, and Tiana and Robin have the same routine to compete overall.
All right. So, Khaleesi, you ready? Khaleesi, you're a champion already, aren't you? Is this your first time?
You have level 3 and I have
This is not your first time. So you represented Barbados last year, right? How did you do last year? You did well. And so what are you doing this year? You've moved up a different level now, right? So what are you doing this time?
I'm doing level 4.
Level 4. And what does that mean? What routine are you doing? Flipping? Pole vault? Just kidding you.
Flipping on floor and dancing.
Flipping, floor, and dancing. Those are 3 that you're doing all in competition. And do you feel physically?
But I'm doing 4 because I got the bars, beam, floor, and vault.
And they're all different, right? Which one do you love most?
I like floor more
Why?
because I like flipping.
Floor allows you to flip and to go to the music as well, right? When you're doing all of that, can you hear the music?
Yes, please.
Really? And so you have to make sure you do certain things at certain times and not go outside of the lines, right?
Yes, please.
And when it comes to the flipping and how you land, are you able to stick your landing? I'm using the language I hear the commentators use. So are you able to stick the landing?
Yes, please.
Really? How high can you flip?
Like,
As tall as daddy or mommy is, right? You can go that high? Are you excited to travel?
yes, please.
Wow, you're looking forward. Have you ever been to Trinidad before?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. So this you're an old hand at this. You can show the rest of the team what to expect, right? All right, Khaleesi, I know you'll do well.
Yes.
Tiana, what about you, Miss Madam? What school are you with? Hainsbury. All right. So is this your first time as well competing?
No, please.
You're an experienced boy. So tell me a little bit about your reasons for getting into gymnastics.
My reason for getting into gymnastics, I saw people doing gymnastics and I thought it would be really fun, so I asked my mother to join.
And was mommy scared when she saw you for the first time flipping?
Yes, please.
Girl, don't see how careful, don't break your hand. But you love it. You really, really love it. Do you have a favorite gymnast?
No, please.
No. But what routines do you really enjoy?
Floor and bars.
But bars are so difficult. Yeah, because you have to have some strength in your arms, girl. And then spin on those bars and so forth. Am I right?
Yes, please.
So how often have you been practicing so that you are becoming the gold medal winner?
3 days a week and sometimes practice at home.
You have bars at home?
No, please.
So you swing on the door handle? You do something? What do you do?
No, please.
Okay, but you do some floor exercises at home when you get the chance.
Yes, please.
And you're confident that you are ready, right?
Yes, please.
What do you say to other girls who are 10 years old, just as you are, who are watching and thinking, I would love to do what my friend Tiana is doing? What do you say to them?
To try it and see if you like it as much as I do.
Because you love it. You love it. I love it. Have you set yourself any targets to achieve for this Karifta competition?
Yes, please.
What?
To win gold medals for my country.
For our country, girl. Put me in that too. So I'm so looking forward to you winning gold medal on my behalf and on behalf of thousands of Barbadians who are watching you this morning and who are so proud of you. Well done. Miss Robin.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. What school do you go to?
Formerly St. Patrick's Primary, but now it's Gordon Walters.
Have I seen you before? Because my godsons used to go to Gordon Walters. Perhaps we haven't met in passing. But nonetheless, how long have you been in gymnastics now?
Around 8 years.
You're only 10? So at 2 years old, you were doing some gymnastics? From then?
Yes, please.
Oh, so who got you interested in doing gymnastics?
Like Tiara said, when I was like watching videos, I used to see people doing gymnastics. I used to try it like outside and on the floor, and my mom was like, yeah, no, let's get you into gymnastics before
Really?
you like hurt yourself.
You got that, you see, mothers, before you hurt yourself. But you know, you could have used the bed. The bed
I did.
You did too? You just made sure but you were so good. Mommy said, let's get you into gymnastics because she saw your passion and your love for it. And so far, so good. You're loving it?
Yes, please.
How many hours have you been putting in so far in preparation for these upcoming competitions?
Like in all?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so this is a lot of adding. We have been training for about 2 weeks for Karifta, so that's 14 times 3.
That's a mathematics there, girl. You want to call it 40? Let's call it 42. 42 hours.
More than that, but
More than that.
Yeah.
And how do you balance all of that with your schoolwork? Because you know exams are this term as well. So how do you balance all of this and still be so good at gymnastics?
Well, I don't do exams in the first term.
You don't? Okay. All right. Good for you.
Yes.
Yes.
Usually, I am very good at schoolwork. I do try my best in all the subjects, and my favorite subject is actually maths.
Mine too was. And English. But go ahead. So you have a good balance and a good
Yes,
routine that you
please.
can get this all done. But
Yes,
you love the sport so much that it consumes a lot of your time.
Unfortunately.
Would you consider taking gymnastics so seriously that you compete in the Olympics or anything like that?
I would, but then I would have to stop all my other sports.
Well, you'll have to stop. What other sports? At 10 years old, could you be possibly doing?
I
Let
do
me hear you.
tennis, I do netball, I used to do cheerleading. Now I do swimming, gymnastics, volleyball, cycling.
You're a sports girl, I'm convinced.
Yeah.
Say no more, I got you. You are a girl into sports. You just love sports.
Yes, please.
Well done, well done. And so, Charlene,
Yes.
these bright, beautiful young ladies are just 3 of your contingent of 20
Yes.
who are going to represent us. They sound so confident and ready.
Yes.
And now you just over the next few days, you're just polishing up everything, right?
Yes, yeah. So pretty much that's what we're doing. They have already been through the paces. You know, they know their routine. So it's pretty much then just staying focused and just paying attention to the smaller details. You know, as Coach Taylor can tell you, the difference between the fine details and, you know, just not paying that attention is the difference between a gold medal and, you know, being 7th or 8th place. So that's what we're focusing on right now, is just getting everyone just polished and just staying mentally prepared so that they can go and do their best come next few days.
Right. So can we track what's going on at the games?
Well, we
Or we have to wait until the final day to hear the result?
not necessarily, because we have a media personnel, Nathan Goddard McCarthy. I think you can follow him at Nate Sports Talk, and he's going to be there. And what he's going to be doing, he's going to be taking like some footage.
Good.
I do not believe it's going to be live though.
Okay.
But he is going to be posting or providing like regular updates based on the athletes' performances. So you can follow him, and you can
Nate
see everything.
Sports Talk.
Yeah, you can
on
follow
social.
him.
Just follow that, and let's see
Yes.
how our team Barbados does at the upcoming Career Gymnastics competition. Indeed, I am thrilled to have met each of you young gymnasts. I can't wait to be saying your name in the news often. I can't wait to see your pictures blasted all over the newspapers and so forth for your success. We can't wait to celebrate you as well. So the team of 20 little
Yes.
ones and the other big ones as well, we're heading off
Yes.
to these games as well. We wish you well.
Thank you.
Hope you're in great health and that you're safe while you're there as well. Sheldon Pinder, who is the president of the Barbados Amateur Gymnastics Association, the coach who's been looking after these young ladies and making sure that they get all the routines right and are ready, has been Taylor Clark. Little Khaleesi Marshall is going, so to Tiana Thompson and Robin Mosley. And so to each of you, along with the others, well done. We're very proud of you, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Pearson.
You're
It's a
welcome.
pleasure.
Morning Barbados takes a break here. We're back in a moment.
That segment of Exceptional Youth was brought to you with the kind compliments of the Student Revolving Loan Fund. Financing education the easy way.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
29 minutes now to go to 7 o'clock. The churches of St. Aidan's and St. Joseph need you and need your help. But you know, they're not sitting on their hands and hoping that you just show up. They're doing something. They're doing something really interesting and delicious, as a matter of fact, and it's happening in a matter of days. And so I'm excited to talk to you a little bit more about it and to invite you to patronize and to be a part of it, because I'm joined by a good friend, the Reverend Rudon Eversley. Good morning, Rudon.
Good morning, Pearson.
Rudon, should I give it background?
If you wish.
Rudon was head of news here at the CBC, a part of the management team, and so we would sit around that oval table in the boardroom,
yes,
having management meetings and everything else. And so I got to know you. I got to understand your philosophy and your theology. And so I'm so happy to see that you've now been ordained as a member of the clergy.
Thank you very much. I wanted to be a priest from 14 years old. I sensed the call, but I struggled with it over the years. And as they say, I ran from God. But finally, God caught up with me, and I had to surrender.
I love that. That's a good Jonah story right there.
I'm like St. Augustine. It's my favorite saint.
But you're responsible for St. Aidan's and St. Joseph churches, right?
I'm the honorary assistant curate. Father Bernard Bean is currently the priest in charge.
Okay. Yeah. All right. You brought along with you Drayton Carter. Two last names, Drayton Carter, who is a congregate. And so, but you, which one are you with? Drayton?
St. Aidan's.
St. Aidan's specifically.
Yeah, that's correct.
And you're doing this for a reason, Ruben. You're not just saying we're going to put on a wonderful food sale, because that's what we're talking about here. There's a reason for it.
Well, there's some challenges with the roof. As you know, St. Aidan's is right on the beachfront. And there are always challenges maintaining beachfront properties. Plus, the church is over 100 years old. So, we've had some challenges, and while it is being dealt with at the highest diocesan level, the congregation decided that they would pitch in and try to raise some funds. So seeing it's a long Independence weekend, we've decided that we would put together a food sale on the church grounds, featuring all the things Barbadians expect at Christmas, at Independence, like conkeys, pone, sweet bread, pudding and sauce for those who love Arno, as we call the pig in St. Philip, where I grew up.
Yes.
And there'll be pone, sweet bread, for those who want children who are coming along and would like some hot dogs and whatnot. They'll have those. Natural fruit juices, as you know, St. Joseph is full of fruits and produce. They've been very nice to me since I've been there. I mean, I've had my share of avocado pears.
Yes.
You know.
So the sale is on to raise funds to do that kind of work.
The roof, yeah.
From restoration work to St. Aidan's, impacted because of its location by the sea salt and everything
and
else.
The age.
And age.
Yeah.
So the roof needs some attending, and so that's it. But there's also St. Joseph, for which you're responsible.
Yes. St. Joseph, as you know, that the church was deconsecrated some years ago because of the land instability, which caused some cracks to emerge in the building. Moving forward on a replacement is now under the most active consideration at the diocesan level. The land on which will be the new site was recently cleared, so I expect that in the new year you will hear something about it, but I'm not authorized to go into details right now, but I can tell you that it is receiving the highest consideration at this point.
And that's great news for the folks in St. Joseph.
Yeah.
You've been searching for your own parish church, and so here it is. The good news will come in January, maybe January, hint, hint. And so we can't wait. So we pray that God spares our lives to be able to receive the news. But there's a food sale on what day?
It's on Saturday.
This Saturday?
This Saturday, November the 29th. And it begins at 9 o'clock and goes right through until 5. So people who are passing through Bathsheba, those from the wider St. Joseph community, it's a long Independence weekend.
Yeah, take a drive.
Come down in Lime, sit on the beach.
Of course.
And unwind
and dine.
Be renewed.
And enjoy it. But remember, all of these, your contribution, because that's all it really is. You can never pay enough for the food, the quality of the food that you'll get in the variety of options available to you. But that contribution you make goes towards restoring the church at St. Aidan's and also helping in the rebuild of St. Joseph Parish Church. And these are significant projects because the church has played a significant role in our lives. And so we want a significant response by you, by turning up, turning out. So it'll start from 9 and it'll go until everything is sold. We say 5, but until everything is sold. So, and that's good. We get excited about that. So, Drayton.
Yes, sir.
As a young man growing up in the church.
Or youngish.
As a young man growing up in the church and being responsible also, you've been active, as you told me, with the youth, helping the youth to develop as well.
Correct.
It must mean something to you to know that the church is now really actively helping itself to restore your place of worship.
Well, definitely, as Brother Rudon mentioned, the church is just over 100 years. We moved to that site around 1909. 1909 is when the church was fully established in Bathsheba as St. Aidan's, and I think when we look at the church, it is more the experience, because even though we know Barbados is a beautiful place, all the beaches you go, they all have their separate charm and so forth, but Bathsheba, we all appreciate, have a special charm as well too, and we want persons to come and experience that charm. The church has been an integral part of the community, not only for those 100 years, but not only being there as a means for persons to congregate and share the good news of Jesus in this case, but to build society. So over time, St. Aidan's, St. Joseph have made a tremendous impact on the development of the country. If you look at the young people, we've had persons in very important professions who have actually contributed to the building of the society. So it is something we want to maintain, that not only that character, the history, so we want persons to come and experience what we want them to experience. Yeah. So all in all, we're inviting persons to come down not only on the 29th, but to understand that what we're doing is more, we try now to create a program, because we say this is a little part
of the program.
The roof, I think we're looking to get raised up to 50,000 initially for the roof, and what we're doing here, is we will expect it to go all the way, but at least it is a start.
Yes.
And even for those who might not want to come and patronize the food, we are prepared. We'd be happy if those who love St. Joseph, love St. Aidan's, say, okay, well, here's a check.
Yes.
Put this there.
I love it.
We don't mind.
I love it. So it's a bit of a homecoming for those who've been there before.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful opportunity for us to come out and support. And that's the whole point here for us. The church has been a part of our guide all our lives. And so you can't run from it. 14 years old, look at where Rudolph is now, many years later. And so if you are so moved, this is not a food sale for just those who live in the area. It's for Barbados, for all of us who at some point would have went to a wedding, just gone on a visit of, a tour of, all of those kinds of things. Come, let's give back to the church in this significant way. It's just a part of what is required to effect the repair. Being a country boy myself, I understand how the sea impacts on buildings and the materials we use on roofs and so forth. So I get it. And so the need of restoration and repair is what this food drive is a part of. And so we want you to come on Saturday, early, before 9, settle and wait. Whenever the pot starts to bubble, you're in point, right there, you're ready. And that's the point. Spend, socialize, give back to the church as well. And as my double last name man, Drayton, said, you know, if you can, write a check and give. The church is happy to receive. And so that's what it's about on Saturday.
Some people have already been doing so, actually.
That's great.
Yeah.
And we thank them for doing so as well. So opportunities abound. Saturday, 9 o'clock at St. Aidan's in Bathsheba. You can't miss it. Just go into Bathsheba and
you see the church. The church is right is prominently placed.
Exactly. Exactly. That's where we're going. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I was going to say Rudolph, but Reverend Rudolph.
I'm still Rudolph.
Good man. And Drayton Carter, who are inviting all of us to this upcoming Independence food sale at St. Aidan's in the Bathsheba area on Saturday from 9 in the morning until we sell out everything. And we'd love you to come and help us sell out everything very quickly. Morning Barbados is back in just a moment.
Thank you.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And together we will travel the world.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar microbiome probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
14 to 7, I'm wearing spots of orange simply because we're in the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. And one of those organizations that is playing an active role in empowering women who often find themselves at the center of domestic abuse is what we call WEB, who are the Women Entrepreneurs of Barbados. And so they cast a web among the sisterhood to be able to bring them into safety indeed. And so joining me is the president of WEB, Julianne Holder. Good morning, Julianne. Good morning. The vice president is Richelle Taylor. Richelle.
Morning.
Good girl. The treasurer is Alison Taylor. And Judy Lauren is a founding member of WEB, the Women Entrepreneurs of Barbados. And so this, for us, is a very signal activity, the 16 days of activism. What do you see, Julianne, to be the role and how is WEB playing a part in activism against gender-based violence?
Good morning, Pearson. I see the role of WEB being one to inform our members and our public about the importance of knowing the signs of violence against women, especially those who are very vulnerable and don't know the links as to how to deal with such things when it comes about.
And so, Richelle, I know you have a campaign where you looked at sisterhood, and that's, you're too young to know this, really, I think, because I don't see you in an abusive relationship, but oftentimes women are the center of the abuse, and women are the bread givers, really, the feeders of the family. Talk to me a little bit about, from your young point of view, what do you see how the sisterhood can help women who find themselves in abusive relationships?
Morning, Pearson. Pleasure to be here. So, yes, I may be young, but I'm fully aware. We have sisters, we have mothers, we have family. So, it's just from a young age empowering young women to know that there's an avenue out there for you to empower yourself financially and not to build a spirit of dependency. There's options out there for you.
Indeed. And so, Alison, you remember singing Francine had a song called Runaway?
Yes.
I know you will know. And so women sometimes find themselves trapped because of a dependency on the man for finances. You see entrepreneurship as a way out of this. Talk to me about your involvement as a woman entrepreneur in WEB and benefits that you see being derived.
Well, good morning, Kristen. One of the things is to get up and help yourself. One of the things that my father used to tell us is that don't depend on a man for anything, right? Because he had 7 girls. So you get up and help yourself. Learn to help yourself. And you'll be able to, how should I put it? Be out there, help yourself financially. Don't matter how small it look. That can help you. You can turn that into, turn a hobby into something to help yourself.
And not be dependent
And
on
not to
man.
be dependent.
And that's the whole point, because in that dependency, sometimes we feel trapped.
Yes.
And we give in and accept
Yes, and
whatever
accept.
comes.
Yes.
And so as we mark this 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, we're saying to women today, empower yourself to make a difference.
Yes.
Indeed. And so Judy, you were part of the formation, you are a founder member of the Women Entrepreneurship of Barbados. I mean, we've seen you alone at many events doing what you do. Why did you think it necessary to form WEB?
Good morning, Pearson. Well, the necessity came about as a result of, the women's self-help. I was a member from 1979 to the closure. And the whole idea of women literally scattered across the landscape, doing very good things and not having a central area to showcase these things. So we decided, well, let's get all these women together under one umbrella. Numerous voices make more noise, right? And from there we sort of like put it together, and that was about 2011, between 2011 and 2013, and we became a foundation, a group, an institution, and we have regrouped several women with a myriad of talents. Plenty of talent in Barbados, very talented women. So also on the point of economic enfranchisement. I'm not saying you will not depend on your husband, your partner, but if you can literally do something with your 2 hands, you know, it's a gift from God. You have that talent, put it out there, earn some money from it, support your family, build the economy in the country. That's how we see it.
And again, not to be dependent on a man.
Well, that is a double-edged sword.
Precisely, but it has to be said. One has to see the sword for what it is.
Yes, please.
Because oftentimes that's the reason we don't talk about it.
Yeah.
That's a lived reality, and we need to talk about it. And so this sisterhood that you have, talk to me a little bit about, Julian, about what else you're doing to not just strengthen the sisterhood, but how are you using this sisterhood to help women who find themselves in situations that they just want to get away from?
Okay, so our sisterhood includes actually going out, meeting with persons, bringing them into the fold, providing assistance in terms of marketing, product production, customer service, and the like, in order to bring them in so that they can build the confidence, because at the end of the day it comes down to confidence and dealing with bullying, which is the core of most of the problems that women deal with. So that's it. That's what we look at.
But women abuse women too.
Yes, they do.
And women entrepreneurs abuse other women entrepreneurs as well, because
so the
it's
thing is to find there is. So the thing is to find the balance in order to bring yourself up from there to here. It's easier said than done, though.
Who helped you with your confidence?
I want to say my aunt and these beautiful ladies here. I have been a member of WEB since 2017. I first met Judy at her event, and she, along with Cheryl, which is Richard's mom, would have invited me to WEB. So we have been here for a while. We have grown. We have actually evolved, rebranded to what we are today. So I enjoy being a member of WEB.
Richard, was it your mother who got you interested?
Yes, it was. She's the reason that I became a small business owner, but I didn't see myself as that. And through WEB, she was a member of WEB. I come up going to meetings with her, and that's now how I end up here.
Doing it on your own as an entrepreneur, does that change your perception of relationships? In terms of when you meet a male and you're having a relationship, you say to him, listen, I'm paying my way, I can handle it myself. Do you find yourself becoming that kind of girl?
Not necessarily. I still like my own independence, but as long as it's something my partner would assist with, I'm not opposed to it either. But it's just your own personal sense of independence, and most importantly, the sisterhood that comes out of it.
But personal independence can rub a man the wrong way sometimes. You understand the friction? You understand what I'm saying?
Of course, I
So
do.
how do you balance it? I want to hear what your youth perspective today.
How I balance it. For me, it's who you surround yourself with and if that person aligns with you overall.
That's a powerful, powerful statement. I see Judy is smiling because Judy saying yes. And it's so true because sometimes we misalign ourselves and then we don't understand why we're trapped in this particular environment and this matter is going around and on and on and on. And all the while, as a woman entrepreneur, you have the resources at your hand. You have your talent, you have your focus, you have everything else. And so you can make the difference that you want to make. But sometimes getting out of it, Alison, is not easy, or getting into business is not easy either. So talk to me a little bit about the challenges. I want to say it friendly. I want people to understand sometimes being an entrepreneur is not as easy as it sounds. So talk to me about your experience.
You have to be focused and discipline. That's the two of the most important things. Otherwise, you won't there. And the assistance of your family and sometimes close friends is what push you and get you out there. A partner, yes, some partners will help you, but I remember I was told on one occasion I'm too independent, and to the point I was selfish, but it was for me, and I can pass on some of my knowledge to my granddaughter, and it helps, but you have to keep discipline of being focused helps you, and you have to block out the negativity. You have to block that out.
It's what you surround yourself with.
It's who you surround,
and so
yes,
sometimes if you surround yourself with negative messages, that's all you will consume and that's all you become. But when you surround yourself with reinforcing positive messages, then boy oh boy, the world is your oyster. And so that's what you've done, been able to do.
That's what I have done. And as she said, the ladies, we lift up each other. We lift up each other, and if somebody we have an event and somebody can't make it, we take their product and they help display.
Really?
We are there for each other. If they can't make an event, they're still allowed to display. We're focused on that, and we help each other. We build up each other.
Are you still so stubborn?
Yes.
That was your change for nothing.
Yes.
So what about your story, Aunt Judy, in terms of becoming this entrepreneur faced with what are relationship situations, but being strong enough to be able to make your way through and stay focused in what you're doing?
Well, the thing is, it starts out with this psychological blockout of the negative energy that can impact your function, and try to accentuate all the positive, Well, I am pretty much on my own, and I pride myself in saying, well, I encourage, I don't discourage. And a lot of people know me, if they come with an idea, I take the idea and run with them, with the idea. I don't let you get away. I look for the talent. I find the women in Barbados, no disrespecting men, but I find there is so much talent in the women in Barbados. And some of the women are fully employed, they're 9-to-5ers, but still they got this underlying talent, which I appreciate. And I always have a way of saying, speaking on the lines of products and so, the best place to buy a Barbadian product is in Barbados. And on this note, this is why I say now the web, we are looking for a home, because the thing is, we always scattered, and they want to sort of replicate what was happening in the early 1900s with the women's self-help. So we're looking for a home where you can actually come to a physical location and buy 100% Bajan products made by women. Some might be in partnerships, some might be in marriages, but that economic empowerment, I like that word, empowerment, empower. Not that you're going to belittle the partner, it's not about that, it's about working
in partnership.
hand in partnership, yes.
I love it. The first time I ever encountered these people was at Carrie Festa. First time for me. Didn't know. I was walking by and I had to do a double stop. I was like, hold on, because what I saw on display and for sale were items that were outstanding and different from what I've experienced before. And I really want to commend you and the sisterhood of women entrepreneurs who have been doing tremendous work to present products of value and worth, and it was not expensive at all. Products for every occasion. And so if there's a woman today who's watching who finds himself perhaps in an abusive relationship, who is saying, but I have this talent, I can as well, if I want to be a part of the sisterhood, how can they do so?
Okay, so they can reach out to me directly via my telephone number, which is 837-2111, or you can reach out to Rochelle.
Yes, we have an email address which is info.webwomen@gmail.com and a very active social media page.
Right, very active social media page. info.webwomen@gmail.com or 837-2111. Right. 2111.
Yes.
That's the number to call. I wish you all well as women entrepreneurs. I'm grateful that you have the sisterhood for other women entrepreneurs who find themselves sitting in abusive relationships but have a tremendous amount of talent that has great value. And so you provide that air to allow them to be themselves and to grow. Thank you for doing so.
Thank you.
And thank you for your orange hair as well.
Thank
you.
you.
Well.
Yes, we must represent.
Julianne Holder, the president of Web, along with her vice president, Rochelle Taylor, and across from me, Alison Taylor and Julie Lorne, who are all members of the Women Entrepreneurs of Barbados, and they're looking forward to your assistance. They need a home to call their own, but they also open a space for you to be a part of the organization as well, women. So don't sit on your talent. Don't sit in an abusive relationship. Do something about it. You can empower yourself using what God has given to you to be able to use. Thank you all.
Thank you so much
for having us.
You're welcome. Morning Barbados is back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Let's look at the news now. As Barbados' education system continues to be transformed, a major step was taken to introduce digital tools to the classroom. This was done through government's official unveiling of Book Fusion, a digital learning platform set to revolutionize how students across Barbados learn and better equip them to compete in a digital world. Deanza Roberts has a report.
Student Joshua Osborne setting the tone with a song for what officials called a new era in learning. Chief Education Officer Dr. Ramona Archer Bradshaw describes Book Fusion as more than technology.
But this is more than devices. For us, this is a representation of our shift in mindset. It is a commitment to equity in education, and it shows the fulfillment when it comes to the education transformation agenda in preparing our students for an education system that is firm, one that we say is fair, inclusive, relevant, and modern.
The Inter-American Development Bank is supporting the program. Francisco De Simone, the IDB Chief of Operations, says 3,000 plus students are already benefiting.
As part of the first phase of the Digital Learning Resource Platform, 3,041 students received laptops, along with access to more than 100 ebooks. Together, we have been planning the expansion of the program to reach more students and educators in order to enhance the platform's features and tools, including interactive content and opportunities for users to upload their own content on the platform.
Minister of Educational Transformation Chad Blackman calls the launch historic, since the interactive learning tools can be accessed at any time.
At a time when digital learning is becoming the global norm, this platform provides immediate access to a curated list of digital textbooks, as you've heard, supplementary reading materials, interactive learning resources, sign language integration, and text-to-speech tools. Study aids, such as highlighting, note-taking, and bookmarking. This is the reality of modern education.
For students, it means lighter bags. For teachers, new classroom tools. And for the education system, a major leap into the future. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
Landowners in Barbados have started receiving abatement notices to clear their properties within 3 weeks. And if they fail to comply, government will step in, carry out the cleaning and pass the costs on to the landowners, who will also be required to pay a penalty for non-compliance. The move forms part of government's operational plan to address overgrown vegetation on housing lots, which came into effect on the 1st of November. Project lead for the program, Ronald Chapman, says that by month end, landowners who have received abatement notices and still refuse to clear their lots will start receiving administrative penalty notices. He was speaking at the launch of the National Parish Home Garden Competition.
Which means persons will be seeing a charge, $300 charge for cleaning their lots. And if after they receive that $300 charge and they do not proceed to clean their lots, Ministry of Environment will step in, clean the lot, and they will get a bill. No, not a charge, a bill for for the cleaning of their lots conducted by Ministry of Environment. I mentioned Ministry of Housing and Lands. They're helping us on the back end in terms of the GIS program and the other platforms that allows us to manage the program.
Well, Chapman says while there are some internal teething issues that are being addressed, the cleaning of overgrown lots has already begun and is urging Barbadians not to wait for the notice before taking action to clear their properties.
If you are overseas and you're hearing this, clean the lot. You know you haven't cleaned your lot for the longest time? Clean the lot. There are Barbadians out there who will tell you that they have been cleaning lots next door to them now from time immemorial. I think Tora is one of those persons. But the fact of the matter is that the Ministry of Environment, along with the Ministry of Health, has brought this initiative to address problems exactly like that, where Barbadians are being taken advantage of by other inconsiderate Barbadians. You're living next to a lot, you bought a lot, you haven't looked back at it in 5 years. So what do you expect? The calamancherry tree big, the gravitarbin tree is big, the cowitch, and then there's somebody else living next to it, and maybe a single female who may fear for her safety. I know she may not have the disposable income to go and clean that lot, but this program addresses all of those issues.
A plan to ease traffic flow at the Grantley Adams International Airport will take effect tomorrow. Chief Executive Officer Hadley Bourne, speaking alongside Director of Engineering and Director of Operations Patrick Voyer, outlined the details of the initiative to CBC News. He said the plan has been in development for some time and is designed to improve both the flow and safety of vehicles at the airport.
We're here to commission a roadway that we've spoken about for many years in terms of alleviating some of the traffic congestion in front of the terminal by allowing staff and taxi drivers to use the old gas station. Most of you who are familiar with the airport, many years ago there was an exit from the gas station to Highway 7, and what we would have done was instituted a small one-way causeway from the staff parking area to that old exit to allow persons to exit to Highway 7 to the east and ease that congestion that usually traverses in front of the terminal heading west.
Voyer says the plan has been developed based on inputs from stakeholders and ministry officials.
The plans that we are putting in place tomorrow and the 20th are just a continuity of things that we have developed over the year. So it's about staffing, making sure that everyone is staffed. So not only Gaia Inc., but all key stakeholders. Equipment, that equipment is ready. We do have developed contingency plans as well to make sure that in case we have a failure in the operation, that we have continuity in the operation. So we have developed a set of contingency plans. This is something that we had before, but now it is aligned within all stakeholders. So this will allow a continuity of the operation, as I mentioned.
After weeks of public complaints and long delays, the Barbados Licensing Authority has announced that a new digital system is being installed and is expected to be operational soon. The authority says the persistent downtime of the old platform stemmed from major technical failures that could no longer be performed. Motorists have been voicing their concerns on social media, reporting cancelled bookings and hours-long waits at the licensing authority locations. But Deputy Chief says the relief is coming.
Currently, yes, we have been having quite a few challenges because there was some problems with the old system, and we have a new system now that we are currently testing, and it should be up and running in full order quite soon.
Well, the polls have opened in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and political analyst Peter Wickham says the general elections will be historic regardless of the outcome. This, he says, is owing to Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves' lengthy tenure to date.
If Dr. Ralph Gonsalves is able to retain office, and he will become the longest serving Prime Minister continuously for the Caribbean, with 6 terms already at 5, he's in record territory. If Dr. Goodwin Friday is able to unseat him, then you have a situation where he would have unseated the longest serving Prime Minister in the Caribbean. So it will be historic. The lay of the land on the ground is an interesting one. There are 15 seats in the Parliament. The current majority that Dr. Gonsalves holds is 2. This is up from the one he held in the previous election. But he has a large number of seats, about 5 or 6 seats, which are very, very marginal. And I think that's really going to be the focus in the election tomorrow. How can those marginal seats be managed, and who will win them ultimately? So it's on a knife's edge, I would say. It's a close election. It has the potential to go either way. We will watch with great interest tomorrow as the votes are counted.
Well, today, really. The polls close at 5 this afternoon. They expect results to be beginning to flow in sometime after 6. The stage is set for a blockbuster showdown in the grand final of the Prime Minister's Cup football competition on Monday. And Mark Goodrich Boyce was at Kensington Oval for the media conference ahead of that final.
A bumper crowd is expected at Kensington Oval on Monday night for the highly anticipated final of the Prime Minister's Cup. Weymouth Wales and Kickstart Rush will go head-to-head as new champions will be crowned in a match televised live on CBC TV 8 and Flow Sports. Speaking during a pre-match media conference, Minister of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment Charles Griffith said this year the semi-professional tournament exceeded expectations.
We have cut down on the teams this year, as you would have realized, but quantity equated to quality. We cut down on the quantity, but the quality of the competition was one that I think everybody was pleased with. I would have seen probably the biggest crowd at Gore Hill in relation to that quarterfinal match, probably only matched by the semi-finals at Huddersfield Turning.
Project manager Shane Archer confirmed that 9,000 tickets have already been printed as the interest surrounding the final and third place match has skyrocketed. Archer gave the assurance that the organizing committee is doing everything in its power to ensure that all fans who wish to be in attendance are accommodated.
Some persons are going onto the page and reloading, even coming back with a different name but the same email address. So we were able to track down, like, one person went in and took 60 tickets. So these type of things are not good for the overall public. Like, if you have a group that needs tickets, you can email the team, you can reach out to any of our partners, the BFA, the ministry, whoever, and say, well, hey, we have a group, we have a team or something that needs more additional tickets. But I'm really pleading with the public and persons not to go onto the site and to request more than the allotted 2 tickets, especially when you want 50 or 30 tickets. Like, it's not good for everyone else. It's an offense to resell the tickets, so we hope that persons don't engage in this type of activity. But yeah, we're working with our partners to ensure that each one that wants to go to the finals could come to the finals.
A massive entertainment package will be on the cards for spectators, with the gates set to open at 2 p.m. with Barbados women taking on Trinidad and Tobago women in a CONCACAF W qualifier at 4 p.m. before the third place match featuring a Christchurch derby between Paradise and Wharton, and the Prime Minister's Cup final at 9 p.m. where $100,000 will be on the line. And Mark Goodrich Boyce, CBC Sports.
Well, that's news until now. We'll have more news coming up at 12 noon right here on TV8. Morning Barbados is back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The Morning Barbados news is brought to you by Jordan Supermarkets Spend and Eat 2025 competition.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
14 and a half minutes after 7 o'clock now. We turn our listen, lest you forget, I'll just say the name, Matthew Farley. Strident, committed, loud. He was heard. And anytime you wanted to have a comment on education, who did you turn to? Matthew Farley. Because you got the unvarnished truth about what he thought about education. And so in his memory, we continue to celebrate his contribution to Barbados in a significant way through a lecture series. And so this morning, we're introducing to what's happening tonight, as a matter of fact, with Dr. Patricia Saul, who chairs the Matthew D. Farley Memorial Foundation, and Cheryl Ford, who is a public relations officer of that foundation as well. Ladies, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, and thanks for having us.
You are very welcome. Dr. Saul is Matthew's sister, by the way.
Yes.
And it must have been something growing up being the sister.
I'm so proud to have had that experience.
Yeah.
He's had a significant impact on my life. I miss him terribly, but I'm glad that I had him for the years that I did.
And I think Barbados misses him too.
Yes.
We need to have those kind of honest voices talking about education,
That's
who are
right.
telling us just what it is.
That's
We
right.
remember the stories being told in the newspapers about home because your uniform just wasn't right. He was no nonsense.
That's right.
And so his focus always has been, how do we make education relevant and real, and what do we constantly need to do to transform it? And that's what you're tackling this evening.
That's right. And if you look at Matthew's writings over the years, they were characterized by that need to transform, recognizing where we have come from, recognizing where education has brought us, and looking at where we want to go and how education can take us there. So Matthew looked very critically at the system. He looked at what was good about it, and he also looked at what we needed to do to make it better. He spoke quite widely about the common entrance exam. He felt that we had to find a fair way of transferring children from primary to secondary. He advocated continuous assessment. He looked also at the notion of zoning and reducing the amount of time that children spend on the road traveling from St. Philip to St. Lucie when there could be schools in their area that they could access. He looked at discipline in schools, and he looked at the importance of discipline. And for him, it wasn't just about creating discipline in schools, but it was helping children to be self-disciplined, if it were. So that even after they left school, then they had that attitude where they would live their lives in such a way that they would promote good citizenship, and they will contribute to the development of their country.
This man was colossal. He was truly colossal. A big man. And in the Candid Corner tells those stories that you were just telling me about.
That's right.
So we get in this book to be able to read more about what he said, told through your eyes.
That's right.
And your experience with your brother as well.
That's right.
And so I think this will make a fantastic read. It's compiled by Dr. Patricia Saul, edited by Margaret Prescott Cisse. Did I say that right?
That's right.
Right. You know, it's a commemorative edition, and so I want to encourage you to get a commemorative edition really, really fast. It is never all it is never all. Do you want to understand what that means? Turn the pages, you'll find on 180. As a matter of fact, when I flip to a page, it means a lot to me. So I'll finger mark that at the moment. But talk to me a little bit where you sit, Cheryl, about the foundation, the work the foundation is doing, and what's happening tonight.
Well, tonight it's tremendous. My association with the foundation started from the time Dr. Patricia said she wanted to launch the foundation and get it going.
No.
I couldn't, honestly, I couldn't say no, hence I'm here. And we've been doing tremendous things. Last year, the lecture was awesome. We had an awesome time at that lecture with the Honorable Chad Blackman. And now this year tonight, we're going to be at the UE Pavilion for our second lecture. And that's going to be put on by Dr. Henderson Carter. And we know Dr. Henderson Carter as the Dean of Faculty of Humanities and Education and the Senior Lecturer at the UWA. So he is going to be our main speaker. And guess what, Pearson? Guess what the topic is tonight? Transforming Barbadian Education for National Development and Global Impact. What a topic. And we are looking forward to hearing his comments on that topic. And we know that this tonight will also be tremendous. And we're encouraging persons to come out and hear about what he believes about transforming the educational system as well.
It's in the 3Ws Oval.
3Ws Oval,
Right. As soon as
7
we
p.m.
enter Force, it's right there.
Right
It's the
on the
first
right.
building you see on your
On the
left.
left,
So
on
the
the
car
left.
park is right there. Park and come settle yourself.
And plenty of car space.
Yeah, and it's absolutely free.
It is free.
The information, however, is priceless. And that's why it's important that you come. I'm holding still page 180. I told you, when my finger goes somewhere, it's for a reason. Because this starts, the recent debate about the behavior of our youth has seen some interesting twists and turns as our society continues to be in denial about the extent of the problems confronting a small but growing number of our young people, relevant to today.
And that's the amazing thing about Matthew's writing. Even though he wrote over 25 years ago, when you read his writings, they are so current for today. They are contemporary. It's as if he were here and if he were speaking about what's happening now. That is the kind of person that Matthew had. He always had that foresight.
I could not believe that my eyes settled on that paragraph
That's right.
alone.
That's right.
And it is so, he was so forward thinking.
In his thinking.
And that's the whole point. He was so forward thinking. So these are ideas and perspectives of Matthew Farley in the book, In the Candid Corner. And it's available indeed. And so I want you to turn up at the lecture tonight because, you know, Dr. Carter, he's a storyteller.
We know that.
Raps poetically.
Yes.
But he brings it out in such a way that you get it.
That's
so
right.
tonight is going to be one of those other interesting lectures where you understand where education is, where education has been, and then what we need to do to transform it with ideas and different approaches and open up a conversation for the next generation. And that's the whole purpose of the Matthew Farley legacy, because that's what Matthew did. He inspired us to stop and think differently and not think like the norm. Don't just be repeaters of what others have said, but critically dissect and critically offer solutions. And this, I think, is going to be a fantastic lecture. It starts at 7. It's early. Starts at 7. But I know you'll turn up because what is going to be shared with you is going to be, I call it groundbreaking, because he's walking in the shoes of the man in whose legacy this is, Matthew Farley. And so we want you to be there. How can we get copies of the book, by the way?
Well, you can come tonight to the lecture. We have copies available tonight, but you can also access the book from Amazon.com. There's also Kindle version.
Whoa.
So you can either buy it from us tonight or you can buy it online.
So
but
you can get it
is
online
available.
or you can get it tonight when you turn up tonight. And would you be autographing the books while you're there?
Yes, please.
Special. You're going to be treated specially tonight indeed. So 7 o'clock in the 3Ws Oval in the pavilion, you have ample space. There's no reason for you to think, oh dear, it's going to be rammed. Yeah, it will be rammed, but we want you to be there as well. So come, even if you have to stand, don't miss the Matthew Farley Memorial Lecture looking at the topic Transforming Barbadian Education for National Development and Global Impact, to be delivered by Dr. Henderson Carter. It's every reason to be there, but while you're there, get the book, In the Candid Corner, compiled by Dr. Patricia Saul. And if you didn't know, she sings soprano beautifully, has a lovely voice of a lark. You should hear it. I know, you don't want to say that, right? But it's the truth. I can't tell a lie on TV.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you too for coming by.
Thank
you for the great work the foundation is doing.
Can I also add that the foundation also offers scholarships to the Graydon Seeley School in his honor.
Oh, wonderful.
And tonight we will be presenting 2 of those to the Graydon Seeley students, and then 1 to the student from the Child Care Board. So the foundation is not, we're giving back.
Yeah.
We're trying to give back, especially in his honor, and that's one of the things the foundation is there for.
That school
to
meant
help.
so much to him.
Exactly.
So much. I remember him at St. Mary's and then all the Graydon Seeley. So that school has
So
meant
each
so
year
much.
that scholarship is given out. Those scholarships are given out.
Well done.
And we really
well
want to
done.
thank
Good
our
and faithful
sponsors.
servants indeed. Well
Thank
done.
you so much.
I just loved Matthew Farley. Continue. His memory is still very fond for me. And so I'm so happy to know that this book allows me to reconnect once again to his spirit. And that's what we're talking about. His spirit is really something that Barbados truly, truly treasures. I want to encourage you to get a copy of the book as soon as possible. Thank you again, ladies.
Thank you so
Thanks
much
for
for having
having
us.
us.
You're
It's been a
welcome.
pleasure.
Thank you.
We're coming back with more in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
God will not give you a job
God will.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 28 minutes after 7 o'clock as we continue looking at children of families, celebrating children of families this month. I know I pause simply because, we've been saying a lot this month about Child Month, but Child Month is usually in May. But this year, symbolically, because Children's Day fell in the month of November, they brought a lot of the celebrations into November this time around, but we're heading back to May next year. But we're joined by the director of the Child Care Board, Roseanne Richards. Next to her is a senior child care officer looking at adoption and foster care, the program she runs, Roxanne Sanderson, and that parent who has taken the time to do what we want to see so many more of you do, which is to foster and adopt a child in Denny's Graves. Denny's, to each of you ladies, good morning.
Good morning.
So, Director, let's talk a little bit about things that we didn't say last time. I know there's some great work that your team has been doing in being able to give significance to the children who are in foster care, who are in care of the homes.
Yes, so during the course of the month, each program that we deliver service through, which is either the daycare program, the foster care and adoption program, the residential care program, or the child abuse prevention program, we've been able to celebrate children, basically. And one of the things that we did for the children who are in the residential care program is that we decided to take those children on an island tour last Friday, because our children, for most part, don't know Barbados, and we need to get them knowing Barbados and things of significance. But one of the interesting things about that island tour is that we also extended an invitation to our 22 secondary schools to nominate 2 children to join us on that tour. And for the most part, we had representation from about 12 secondary schools. Those children came to our headquarters at Cheapside. We boarded our bus there, and then we went to the Nightingale's Children's Village, where the other bus would have been, 2 buses were waiting, and we boarded the bus there with the children from Fars. They also joined us there. And we went all along down the coast road. We went to places like Cherry Tree Hill, and we didn't go to St. Nicholas Abbey, but we showed them Morgan Lewis Windmill. Then we went up to Bathsheba, and we had lunch at King George V Bar, and the intermingling among the children in care and those who attend secondary schools, that was very well received, and we were supported by members of the board and some of our staff. So that was very good. But we also, during the course of the month, because last Thursday was World Children's Day on November the 20th. So what we decided, we partnered with the Barbados Association of Professional Social Workers, and we decided that we would treat the children who are at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital on the children's ward, as well as those at the psychiatric hospital at Thrive. So we took some fruit baskets to both facilities for the children who are in the hospital receiving medical attention, as well as to take some fruit baskets for the nursing staff at both institutions who are caring for the children on those wards. So that was a very good way of celebrating with those children, even though they're unwell, but we didn't forget them.
That is so noble. I was being a little witness at the court of this, I hear, because I'm happy to see that you're not just doing it, you're teaching the children as well the art of giving, and recognizing that you may feel as though you have little, but you still have enough to share. And that's what you taught. That's what you taught me just from that one experience as well. Well done. And this is because you care for the nation's children who have found themselves now residential in government facilities. And they need you, Barbados. They need you. They need you to say, come into my home. I want you to have a real home experience where you have brothers and sisters, a mommy and a daddy, get some lick sometimes, have curfew. All of those kinds of things, because they want to have one of those experiences. They thirst for it. And so this is where the fostering and adoption is an option. And so, Roxanne, talk to me a little bit about someone who's at home hearing this perhaps for the very first time. What do they now need to do to know more about what the program offers?
Right. So first, we have the foster care and adoption program. And right now we are looking for more foster parents because they are children in residential care who can benefit from foster care. They need to just call the board and say, look, I want to be a foster parent, to give the information. And once they do that, that comes to me, and I send them out a package with the necessary information. Once they fill that application out, and we bring them in, and we go through the application process. Yes, it's a thorough process, and I'm not going to lie to you, it's very invasive or intrusive, right? Because we need to know who we are putting the children with. We also encourage persons who have relatives in the residential care to come forward and say, look, I have my niece, nephew, and I want to be able to foster this child. Once that is done, they come through the system. We can apply to the court for them to have care and control, so that the court makes that an option. And, because some people are afraid that, well, if I go and I take out this child, then the parent may come back and want to move the child. In foster care, yes, the parent will have a relationship with the child once there is no abuse that's taking place, but it's not done like that. It's done through the officer assigned to the program. So that's a foster care. So we're really looking for foster parents. Adoption, on the other hand, is more permanent, and we do have a lot of applicants for adoption, more applicants than children that are cleared, right, for adoption. Again, the same process where they apply to the board to become an adoptive parents, and then we go take them through the same process. Once their application goes before the board, and the board, with all the necessary papers, of course, right? The board clears them and give the okay, then they go on a waiting list where they are waiting now for a child who becomes available.
I smile because it becomes available. It's that comment that got me there for a second. So in adoption, the child lives with you. In fostering,
the child also lives with you, but the child is monitored by a foster care officer, right? In adoption, in a foster care, the child is monitored on a monthly basis, and we have to report to the foster care and adoption board on the child's progress. So that child will not go under the radar, right? In adoption now, once the process has been done and the child is placed there and the board has given the approval for the child to place, then we now no longer, the child doesn't come back to residential care. The child stays with the parent while they go through the legal aspect of it.
Right. And the parent takes full responsibility thereafter.
Yes, they sign a paper saying that they are committed to the process.
In terms, is there any benefit that comes to me by fostering?
Yes, there are lots of benefits that comes to you by fostering. First of all, we have just the stipend for fostering has just been increased from $400 to $800.
Oh, so there is financial
$400 a month
to $800
$800 a month.
Assistance.
There's also not just financial. There's psychosocial support, because we just had a foster care self-care workshop where we looked at the foster parents. We look at the care that for themselves. There's also where we provide school things, school clothing, educational and medical assistance for the child. So you're not just left there.
Counseling.
And
counseling.
That is necessary.
Yes.
I'm not just left there. Can I give the child back? It's fostering.
Yes, if there's the relationship has broken down, you can say, well, look, this is not working out.
But you understand what I mean?
It's not a package.
Yes.
So if I am having a bit of a challenge with the child who have decided to foster.
But even if you're having a bit of a challenge, before it gets to that point, there's intervention. So we have psychologists that work with us. We try to mend the fences. If it's not working at all and the child has to be returned into our care, that also would happen. But foster care is more temporary or short term, and adoption, because once you go through the legal process, that child is now your child. The name is changed and everything, and it's your child.
All right. I just want to be clear. I said it like that because that's how Bajans talk. And so therefore I wanted to say that the way Bajans would hear it. So you're saying that even before it gets to that stage where the relationship has broken down, there's intervention, there's counseling, your officers coming and help to see if we can mediate that.
Officers visit these families, and every month there's a foster care and adoption subcommittee, and every month we have reports on the children in foster care. Even all the children in our care,
residential care.
In residential care, we have reports every month. So if something is happening, we would easily pick up on it.
And you can either remove the child, or the foster parent can say remove the child.
The child will be returned, not removed.
She's all bred. I'm using the wrong language all the time. Returned. Okay. And so that's what it's about. So I know I'm clearer. I think a lot of us are clearer on what is the difference between adoption and fostering, and that there's a process that one undergoes.
Yes.
But there's a parent with us who has taken the decision to go through the process. And so we want to learn from her after this break.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will He equip you with ideas, but He will equip you with favor, as He did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is so much I'm learning. I hope you're learning too about what's the difference between fostering and adopting, and how the system works, and the benefits that are derived from both sides of that relationship, the child and those who are putting themselves up for fostering and adoption. And so I want to hear from the parent in just a moment, but there's a point of clarification you wanted to say to me, Roxanne, as it relates to fostering.
So fostering is temporary, right? And we know adoption is permanent. One of the things I would like to share is that persons believe if you want to adopt a child, you have to go to a lawyer first. You don't have to do that. Barbados is, the Child Care Board is the only agency in Barbados that allows you to do that process. So you must start with the board. It's not with an attorney to go to legal. So anytime you're looking to adopt, you come straight to the Child Care Board. You call, writing or whatever, and you start the process there.
All right, and then first I don't go there. Denise, you decided to become a parent who adopts. Did you start with the board?
Yes, I did. We decided as a family we wanted to adopt, so we called the Child Care Board initially. They gave us a packet, we completed that and submitted it. After that, it went to the board, as Roxanne said, and we were called in by the Child Care Board with an officer to go through an interview process. And I think that's the information that they would have collected to take to the board, so the board can review our application and decide whether to approve it or not.
I can't imagine the discussion at home to say, you know what, I want to adopt, because there was something that caused you to take this particular path. And I'm sure there's some other people who are watching who might have had the same thoughts as you. So could you share a little?
Sure. Well, I mean, it's my family history, I should say. My husband and I, both sides of our family have gone through an adoption process. So we have persons from different sides who have gone through the adoption process that were encouraging us. Then we grew up in a home where I can say I have a grandparent in St. John with a small home, and everyone in the community was her child. So it wasn't a difficult process. We were able to, the discussion in the home is we have so much to give that we figure that one of the things we can do is to welcome a child into our home. Why have this house with this big empty house and no one to share it with? So that was the deciding factor for us. It was a really good decision on our part. Just this week alone, My husband said to me that I cannot imagine life without him.
Wow.
So that is, and bringing a child into your home, as I said earlier, it is not about DNA. It is about you have that love that you can share with that child, and it's a give and take, because we are also experiencing that incredible experience with that child. We have been entrusted. It's a humbling experience. We are entrusted with that child to give that child the care and love that they deserve, and he's dependent on us to give him that as well.
How did they go about deciding that this boy is the one who's placed with you?
I remember the call vividly. My husband got the call first, and he came and he told me about it, and I paused for a day or two, and I guess a day or two was too much, so then Roxanne called me.
Are you serious?
And there was an arrangement for us to meet via Zoom. They showed us pictures, the social workers were there, but I remember it so vividly. I was in my office and on that Zoom, and I saw him, and I just fell in love with him by looking at his pictures. And then after that, a meeting was arranged for us to go see him physically, and that was it. That was it for us.
Did you want a boy? Did you say in your application what you wanted?
I wanted a boy, but as I said in the application, it didn't matter.
Right.
So I would have been happy whether I got a boy or girl, whether I got a newborn or a 6-year-old, I would have been happy.
Your husband says he can't imagine not having him in the house and in your lives. How old is this boy now?
He is 3.
And you got him at what age?
At age 1.
At age 1. So for the last couple of years, you've been spending time developing and grooming this young man.
Yes.
Wow.
And I think about him. I have friends who would have seen him at the age 1 and seen him now and his growth. So what I would say to persons who are looking to adopt, you can see a big difference with the child in the residential care and when they come into your home, because they have that individual attention and you see the growth that they make. So if you can do that, if you can offer a child that experience in your home, open your home to the child.
Would you go for a girl?
Of course.
Have you applied for a girl?
No.
How does it work? If you have the boy, you want the second child. So if you want to adopt another child, do you have to go through that process again, or is that shortened?
It is shortened, but you still have to go through, because you would have to update your records, you'd have to update the medicals, you'd have to update your police clearance and things like that. So yes, the board will look at you favorably. Once, and especially if it's a sibling, you're trying to place the sibling with together. So it's possible.
It's possible.
Yes.
Let's start with the board.
Yes.
And so Denise, hearing Roseanne, and hearing Denise's story, my gosh, it's heartwarming to see how one family has been made happy by going the adoption route, and excited to do it again. And many others who are watching are thinking, I like what Denny's experience sounds like. I want to be there, but I have to take it seriously. This is not a toy that you're taking home, and the minute one hand pops off, that's it.
And it's not a part-time experience,
It's
because
full-time.
once you decide to adopt that child, once you go through the whole process, and the legal part is when it makes all the provisions, the court makes the order that this child is ready. That child the name is changed, it takes the adoptive parent's surname. So this is now your child in your home, and you have to parent as if it was the child you gave birth to. It is now a part and parcel of the family.
In other words, we've dispensed. It's now all your responsibility.
Yes.
All. And so while in the case of fostering, there's financial support and other support, in the case of adoption, at adoption, the support from the child care board ends.
Yes.
But while it ends, if an adoptive parent has a challenge, and they could always call back to the board to get guidance if they think that the child might need some psychosocial support. We could also point them in the right direction and let them know what it is that they can do to help enhance the relationship or help this child fit into life and become a productive citizen. go and develop.
But it's a beautiful experience for us. So what, Denise, you have sold everybody on
Yes.
this. It is a beautiful experience. And it's an easy process as well, Roxanne. You've also sold us on this. While it may take a little time,
Yes,
and it
it
might
does.
feel as though you're constantly answering questions, it's for a reason. Because you want to ensure that you unite people who care and put that parent in a place where they do care for the child, because you at the Child Care Board care for the development of the
Not
child and
only
the
that,
well-being.
the veteran has to make sure that whatever home or family we are placing that child in, it is a safe space for that child to grow and develop.
And you do that because you
Our
care.
job is to care and protect for the children of Barbados.
There you go. And so, folks, I want to encourage you today to reach out to the Child Care Board. Don't let it run over your head any longer now. Do something about it. So how can we do so to begin the processes?
So you can call the Child Care Board, say that you either want to foster or adopt a child. You can also either send an email, or walking or write, doesn't matter. Any of those referrals you can use. And you can also know that it's a process, as you said. It's not overnight. There is a waiting period, so it takes time. And we're not going to. You can't just call today and expect a child tomorrow.
Right. Understood.
It takes
Just
time.
like she's not pregnant today and the baby's born tomorrow. Same process.
Yes.
Let it take its time. Let it take its
Yes.
time so we deliver to you the
Yes.
best outcome.
Yes.
And that's what it's about. Thank you so much
Thank
for joining us
you.
this
Thank
morning.
you, person.
Roseanne Richards, the Director of the Child Care Board, Roxanne Sanderson, the Senior Child Care Officer with responsibility for the Adoption and Foster Care Program, and a parent who has proven to us it is possible. And it is possible to have the joy by simply adopting a child. And the Child Care Board is waiting for your application, folks, for those who are giving serious thought and consideration. Thank you all.
Thank you too.
You're welcome. Morning Barbados is right back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely, and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons which will surprise many is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
7 minutes now to go to the hour of 8 o'clock as we go into St. Andrew, as a matter of fact, to look at some of the gems and some of the beautiful treasures of that beautiful parish, indeed. And so we're joined by Dr. Donna Hunt-Cox, who is, former Consul General to New York, representing Barbados, indeed, there. But she's the producer of a series of books, a number of books, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But across from her, a familiar face to all of us locally and almost globally now, the Reverend Joel Cumberbatch, indeed. And you're one of those who is a part of this initiative as well, right, Joel?
Yes, in a supporting role. Yes.
In a supporting role. He's one of the treasures of St. Andrew as well. And so, why did you think to conceive this project, Donna?
First of all, we are proud St. Andrew persons. And over the years, people keep saying St. Andrew's behind God's back. But we have so many treasures of St. Andrew, sons and daughters of St. Andrew who have done yeoman service to the development of St. Andrew and by extension the development of Barbados. And we want to go on the mountaintop and we want to shout to the whole world, these are our treasures, and give them their flowers. Well, some of them have passed, but their offspring are still around, and we want to say, look, your relatives have done tremendous work for St. Andrew and for Barbados, and we thank you.
I want to associate with that. My grandfather, George Springer, may he rest in peace, is from St. Andrew. And so naturally the line flows through me as well. And so in celebrating those treasures, the book contains, the treasures are just people or other things?
They're people, but they're also, people on the individual basis and entrepreneurs, and also businesses. And I say businesses because some persons who are St. Andrew, offspring of St. Andrew, have done well in businesses across Barbados. And by extension now, they are nation builders. Yeah. So we are proud of them.
Indeed so. And so it's that pride that's captured in the book, Treasures of St. Andrew. And it must be a big, big book, because I can't imagine how you are able to compile all of them, or as many of them as you've been able to do.
Well, we have 10 categories, and included in those categories are persons in sports. We have Olympians, about 3 or 4 Olympians from St. Andrew. We have Sir Conrad Hunt, the famous international cricketer.
She wouldn't say my daddy, but that's
no,
all right.
That's my uncle.
Uncle, sorry.
My uncle. And we have Ryan Brathwaite, and we have other cricketers, etc. Deandra Dottin. And we have educators. We have 77 educators, principals, and education officers. And we have policemen who have left Barbados and have done well and have risen to the top of their field in the British Virgin Islands, in Bermuda, etc. So
impacting the world.
Oh, yes.
Is Joel in the book? He's an educator.
Oh, yes, he is.
Okay. Have you read your chapter?
And of course, we have priests.
Yes.
St. Andrew's known for priests
as well.
Outstanding priests, actually.
Well, what does it mean to you to be associated with this project?
Well, I was very, very happy. Actually, Donna called, and by the way, we were Alenians. We were at school together. Yeah, so when she told me what her dream and vision was, I readily jumped in on it, because it's an honor to represent my parish, her parish. Yes. So I was very happy to make that contribution. I must say, though, that the reading and I must give credit to Donna because she's done the bulk of the work. But it has been an education for me too because I've learned a lot about our own parish.
And that's what the whole project is about, teaching and passing on. Because I know before you did celebrate Barbados for the 50th Jubilee celebration here in Barbados. I hold a copy in my hand, and I was saying to you before we started, as I browsed it, I saw a lot of things which we had images of.
Yes.
And we'd posted it on the walls of our studios so that lest we forget.
Yes.
And so you've done all of this, and now you're doing all of that for St. Andrew. You did it for Barbados, and you've singled now your parish of birth. And so how can people see this story so they can read the stories for themselves?
Well, we are doing 2 publications, 2 commemorative publications. In addition to the Treasures of St. Andrew, we have reflections. So we have captured the memories of persons growing up in different villages in St. Andrew, pre and post independence. When you read them, you learn so much. And persons can contact us by the WhatsApp number 232-7042, and they can give donations to the project because we want to give complimentary copies to the persons that are being featured. We want to say thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your contribution. So we're giving you a complimentary copy.
232-7042. 232-7042. You don't have to be from St. Andrew. You just have to be a Barbadian who continues to celebrate the best of who we are. And particularly at this time of independence, we are celebrating the best of who we are. And so your contribution pours into that celebration in a very, very significant way. 232-7042. Reach out, indicate that you are prepared to make a financial contribution to the story that flows from St. Andrew and the brilliance of those who've been through St. Andrew, who've worked and developed St. Andrew and wider Barbados and the world. Because when you turn the pages, you'll be stunned at the quality of the contribution of the people of the soil of St. Andrew. And these are just 2 who are sitting across from me. Just 2. Imagine what else they're talking about. So Joel Cumberbatch's story is told. Your story is told. Stories of people that are told on businesses and places.
Including the parliamentarians too, of both houses.
Yeah?
Yeah. We've listed all the senators and
Yes. And significant numbers of them have come through, honestly.
Have come through, yes.
This is brilliant. It's a brilliant project. 232-7042. Get a copy, make a contribution. Those are the numbers to call. 232-7042. Thank you for joining us this morning. I thought it was going to be a trot. I'm glad you trotted along with me as well. I wish all the best with this project.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
That's it for today, everybody. My little crew joins me in saying to all of you, have a tremendous today. Be it the will of the Lord. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.